10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
SUPERKRAZEE Pro Wrestling Outlast! And our opening contest is a singles bout set for one fall for the SUPERKRAZEE Pro Wrestling United States Championship! Time to go to work. It is.
Yeah. Welcome to SUPERKRAZEE Pro Wrestling presents Outlast, coming to you from Gloucester City, New Jersey. Happy New Year. We are in for another year of incredible professional wrestling action. I am your host, your hero, Jason Heat, and I'm being joined now by our special analyst, the Guarantee Mike Z.
You got that right, your super special analyst here tonight, ready to scope out the competition and bless the people of SUPERKRAZEE Pro Wrestling fans with my amazing voice. Isn't that right?
Your voice is certainly your own, and we are starting off hot with championship action. The United States Championship on the line. Out first, the champion, the wrestling genius, TJ Reno.
TJ is one tough competitor. I've been in the ring with him before. I can give him that, but I will be damned if I call him a genius. That guy couldn't crawl out of a paper bag. I'll believe it when I see it.
He might not be able to crawl out of a paper bag. He can certainly wrestle his way out of one. He has been a dominant champion who has imposed his body and his will on his challengers. This is his third title defense, last retaining over Daniel Asensio, Juni Underwood, and Malt LaCorde in a fatal four-way last month at a very merry Fully Charged.
So it's fascinating you say that. I also lost to TJ in a fatal four-way. I don't know if he's just got some kind of special tricks or anything in regards to fatal four-ways, but you know what? I'd like to see him now one-on-one, and tonight we get to see just that.
TJ Reno has proven he knows how to navigate some multi-man mayhem, but tonight it'll be one-on-one. TJ Reno with one of the shining stars of the independent scene, one of the fastest rising stars in pro wrestling right now. Bursting out the curtain with energy aplenty, it is flying Ryan O'Neal with his first title opportunity in SKPW right in front of him.
This is a big step, a big moment for Flying Ryan. I've trained with him. I see him everywhere. He's a talented, young competitor. But first championship, challenge. I'm excited to see what he does and if he makes the most of his opportunity.
Tremendous work ethic. Ryan O'Neal is young, hungry, and hustling. Now let's throw it to our ring announcer, Emil J, for the introductions.
When the bell rings, the official in charge of the action, Sarge. Introducing first in the corner to my right, he is the challenger. Fighting out of Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, with an official weight of 165 pounds. This is Flying Ryan O'Neal. And introducing his opponent, standing in front of me, fighting out of the bottom bottom section of West Philly, with an official weight of 265 pounds, he is the current reigning, defending Super Crazy Pro Wrestling United States Champion. He is the wrestling genius and the king of the U.S. Here is TJ Reno.
There's a lot of well-deserved hype right now around Ryan O'Neal. If you could buy stock in Flying Ryan, now would be the time to buy. But you got to imagine that TJ Reno, who's also young, hungry, and talented, may be a bit resentful at all the focus and attention that Ryan O'Neal has been getting, and TJ Reno hasn't.
Oh, absolutely. As a champion, you want the focus to be on yourself. You want people talking about you and your reign. TJ is going to use his size and strength. Make sure that Ryan's stock drops just a little bit today.
Handshake, a tense handshake, but respect nonetheless. Two prize fighters doing battle for the United States Championship. Strong lockup there, and if you're going to match power with TJ Reno, you best come prepared because the king does not miss.
Ryan is one tall guy, but so is TJ, and TJ is ginormous. I'm going to be very interested to see the size difference and how that comes into play.
And that's going to be an interesting question just about the geography of this space, because Ryan is known as a preeminent high flyer, loves to come off the top rope, and he is a tall competitor. This is a low ceiling in the Super Crazy Pro Wrestling Center. Does that limit Ryan's offense?
Oh, 1,000%. You have to take into account when you're a performer, the ring you're wrestling in, the size of the ceiling, even conditions like outside, if you're wrestling outside in the weather. All of this has to come into play, and it can affect, especially with Ryan, his moveset.
Test of strength, and it really feels like, or it felt like for a moment, that TJ Reno had baited Ryan O'Neal into wrestling his kind of match. I mean, a test of strength against TJ Reno, but very quickly it's the technical acumen of Ryan O'Neal on display.
Yeah, if I'm Ryan, I want to get out of this test of strength. I want to get out of this. Look at TJ. Overpowering, putting the size on his body. This isn't where he wants to be. I wouldn't want to be there either.
Reno just muscled O'Neal to the ground, and now we see Ryan O'Neal attempting to out-wrestle TJ Reno. Ryan O'Neal trained by the world-famous Cheeseburger, a master of the mat, so Ryan O'Neal has a lot of ground skills, but TJ Reno calls himself a wrestling genius. Got to live up to that name.
I think he heard you. I think he wants to live up to it. Right slam on Ryan, but Ryan countering it. This is incredible to see.
Using leverage, Ryan O'Neal can move the world, but tonight all he's got to do is move TJ Reno and keep him down for 3 seconds. Head scissors accomplishes the task.
See, when you're a big guy like TJ, it's a quick count.
Raining down right onto the head of TJ Reno. Can you be a genius if you can't think? But Ryan O'Neal did something he very rarely does. He lost his balance.
Again, the rain coming into play. Cannot make that mistake again.
Ryan O'Neal known for his speed, but TJ Reno nearly as fast and more unassumingly so. When you look at TJ Reno, you see the size, you see the power, but he's explosive.
Oh my gosh, missed the crossbite, and what a powerful strike. This might be it.
Cover there by TJ Reno. Great pressure across the chest, and when TJ Reno covers you, that's almost like an extra offensive move just to try and get that much man off of you.
Dead pressure. TJ doing the smart thing, knocking him down, bringing him back to the ground where he dominates. This is smart championship plays right now. Oh.
Reversal there by Ryan O'Neal. That's one part of the game that TJ Reno definitely has up on Ryan O'Neal, the submissions. But if you are getting in tight with a submission, it means that Ryan has every opportunity to potentially counter. That chop just knocked the soul out of Flying Ryan.
It's knocking it out of mine, too. I've been on the end of those chops. You lose your breath, the wind gets knocked out of you, and then you gotta figure out how to keep going afterwards. Ryan is in a tough spot.
TJ Reno lifting Flying Ryan with the greatest of ease, and then getting an assist from his longtime tag team partner Gravity, rolling over into the cover, and Flying Ryan is fighting from underneath, metaphorically and literally.
This is the thing with up-and-comers. They get cocky, they get brash, they think they're ready to go, but then you get knocked down, and you have to know how to keep going.
We're socked right in the breadbasket. That was a right to the gut and then an elbow to the head. Ryan has been fighting with a lot of heart, but TJ Reno keeps knocking the man down.
You guys gotta get back to it. See, you're too focused on these buffoons in the crowd and not on your opponent, and it's coming to bite you.
TJ Reno, so proud to be a homegrown talent here at SUPERKRAZEE Pro Wrestling, representing the Skid Row Pro Wrestling Academy. I think that's where some of the chip on his shoulder comes from, because Ryan O'Neal has been wrestling all across the country. I mean, he is in massive demand. He received this title opportunity on the strength of his outside competition. I don't think that sits well with a homegrown guy like TJ Reno.
Definitely doesn't. That would be something to give someone a chip on the shoulder. I'm just surprised TJ hasn't eaten that chip off of his shoulder already.
Hard right to the jaw of Ryan O'Neal, who has spent as much of this match on all fours as he has on 2 feet.
TJ seems a little overly confident. As someone, as someone who is also confident the right amount, not overly. I don't want to hear any objection to that. I think
no comment here.
But hey, he's still putting pain to Ryan.
TJ maintains his grip. There was 2 suplexes in a row, maybe looking for a third friend, an amigo, if you will. But a variation, and Ryan reverses the polarity.
Oh my goodness.
The bigger they are, the harder they fall. They don't come much bigger than TJ Reno. That did a lot of damage to the champion.
Ryan is deceptively strong. That's got to be close to 300 pounds that he just moved right over.
And now for the first time in this match, it seems like TJ Reno is on the back foot, but this is a man who can absorb a lot of punishment. Let's see how much Ryan can throw at him and how quickly he can get it done.
Devastating kick by Ryan. He's going in for more.
Great strikes on display by Flying Ryan, and if he is limited by this ceiling height, we're not seeing it right now. Up and over, and a kick to the skull.
Speed at which TJ ran into that cannot be good.
Living up to his name, the crossbody center of the ring. We almost had a new champion, Mike Z.
I can't believe it. TJ kicked out of that. That might have kept me down. Ryan, keep going. This is your chance, kid. Get the championship.
This is a man who takes no days off. If he is not wrestling, he is training. Ryan O'Neal is in a ring 7 days a week, 24/7, no time off for holidays. And he has TJ Reno prone exactly where he wants him.
Can he land it?
And that's a situation where I think there was a little bit of a stutter step because Ryan's head was nearly at the ceiling, and it may have cost him.
Oh!
Ryan reverses. It really seemed like Reno was going to go for a pile driver or a power bomb, but Ryan O'Neal had it scouted.
Overpowering with his strength. Oh, but Ryan gets out of it.
And another kick to the skull.
TJ has taken one too many of those. Stuff like that can just, your balance, your rhythm, it's all off. Oh! They don't call him Ryan for nothing.
Reno's moving a little slower, Mike. This offense, those multiple kicks to the head really seem like they have had the desired effect, because usually TJ Reno is thick and quick, but right now he seems just a little bit sluggish.
Yeah, right now he's just thick, and this is not where he wants to be. Fly Ryan looks like he's charging up for something. Oh, I would be scared if I'm TJ.
Ryan trying to size TJ up and then choosing to change tactics, or TJ accidentally basically fouling whatever Ryan's plan was, or maybe baiting Ryan O'Neal in, and now Ryan out the backside. Fantastic tornado DDT by Ryan O'Neal. We were so close to a new champion.
TJ's brain is in jeopardy. How the tables have turned. Oh my goodness, and he's going up again.
Opening contest here at Outlast, and lands on the knees.
Oh my goodness.
That's going to do a lot of damage to both men, Mike. The knees may be compromised in TJ Reno, but if you take out the small of a man's back, there's no way that he can jump off the top rope, let alone hit a springboard.
And I couldn't have said it better myself. That is exactly the situation we find ourselves in. Both of these men giving it all for the United States Championship. This is wonderful. This is what wrestling is all about. Love to see it.
Obviously, you're out here scouting. Do you have a sense, if you were going to challenge for the United States champion, who would you rather see yourself match up against? The power of TJ Reno or the awe-inspiring, gravity-defying flight of Flying Ryan?
I'll tell you what, I'm usually calm, cool, and collected, but I would be nervous to have to face either of these tough competitors for the championship. It's picking your poison, quite frankly.
Battling each other, blow for blow, from the ground to their feet, and now Flying Ryan bettering Reno in a strike exchange.
Which one is going to get the upper hand?
Ryan looked to kick through the body of TJ Reno, but Reno, the accuracy of his strikes, hitting Flying Ryan in the head. Now, TJ Reno catches at the German suplex.
Oh my goodness!
This may be the last will and testament of Flying Ryan O'Neal, but he lives to fight at least a few more minutes.
I can't believe Flying got out of that. Oh!
Brain buster and out at one.
Ryan is something else. My gosh, he's still going.
The adrenaline is funneling through the body of Flying Ryan O'Neal. Oh no! The man may be dead, and TJ Reno is still your champion.
The winner of our match is still SUPERKRAZEE Pro Wrestling United States Champion, TJ Reno.
What a start to this show. That was incredible.
If TJ Reno came into this match with a chip on his shoulder, hopefully he is leaving with a weight lifted, because that was a dominant victory over a young man who has been the talk of the pro wrestling world.
And you gotta give it up to Ryan, man. What a valiant effort. He gave it everything he had, but man, TJ was the better man today.
Just over a year into his career, Ryan O'Neal is this good now. He is going to be exceptional a lot sooner than you think. And now TJ Reno celebrating with family. This is his house. These are his friends. These are his people. This is his title, at least for one more night. TJ Reno is, in fact, the only king of the U.S. I would like to recognize.
give me a break. Oh, they're hugging the baby. Oh, look at how cool. Oh, look at how nice of a guy I am. Yeah, I don't.
Next 2 singles matches will be qualifying matches to get into the Outlast Rumble. With that said, our next contest, one fall, it is a qualifying match for the Outlast Rumble.
Your hero, Jason Heat, here with you at Super Crazy Pro Wrestling Outlast, alongside special analyst, competitor, the Guarantee, Mike C.
Your hero, incredible.
We are now having one of 2 qualifying matches for this evening's main event, the Outlast Rumble, which means 2 of the 4 competitors coming up are going to have the hardest job of the evening, because not only are they going to have to outlast 26 other men, they're also going to have to go through a grueling singles match. And we are starting off with the return to SKPW of the real Man of Steel, Darien Hardway.
I have had the fortunate honor of sharing the ring against the real Man of Steel Darien. And he is one tough competitor. The size, the strength, the power. It's tough to deal with for anybody. And I think we're in for a treat to see him here today.
Introducing first, fighting out of Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, with an official weight of 265 pounds. He is the real Man of Steel, Hardway.
This is Darien Hardway's first match back in Super Crazy Pro Wrestling since 2022, but he has not been lazy in the offseason. No, he is the current reigning 3 Legacies Wrestling Heavyweight Champion. So we are looking at a Darien Hardway who has gone off and become an exponentially more experienced and dangerous pro wrestler.
That is a star right there in every sense of the word.
Darien Hardway is going to be facing a man with all the momentum at his back. RULLO walks into this contest coming off the biggest win in his SKPW career, finally defeating his longtime enemy, not even rival, enemy, Tim Dynamite.
While that is impressive to be able to beat Tim Dynamite, I will give that to RULLO. However, this guy makes this crowd gets the privilege to see Darius wrestle, and they choose to cheer for this goober, this loser. I can't believe it.
And introducing the opponent, fighting out of Newark, Delaware, with an official weight of 150 pounds. This is RULLO!
Maybe one of the most unexpected fan favorites, but the journey of RULLO over calendar year 2025 was one where the Super Crazy Pro Wrestling faithful developed such respect and admiration for this young man's tenacity. And hey, look! It's the other half of Julo! The Denim Dolphin, Jewel Z, seemingly here to root on his tag team partner. I should say a reluctant tag team partner. RULLO has not yet agreed to the arrangement.
I don't trust this. What is Jewel Z doing here? I don't like it. I think they're up to something.
Jewel Z is here to root for and support his bestie. That's what friends do. Welcome to the Dolphin Parade. You like stickers, Mike?
What am I? I'm not 4 like you, pal. Stickers.
Very different professional wrestlers in this match. Size discrepancy, and you can see in the eyes of Darien Hardway not necessarily taking Rullo as seriously as he may need to.
And I enjoy and appreciate the real meaning of Steel's work. Taking Rullo lightly, I think, is a mistake.
The powerhouse making a statement early on. If Rullo's going to win this match, it is not going to be matching strength for strength against Darien Hardway. It's going to be finding a different tactic, a different kind of win condition.
Absolutely. He is not winning by strength. Rullo has many other things in his arsenal. He's got the speed, the way he throws his kicks. He's even gone up to the top. He's got to use every single thing in his bag if he's going to get out of this.
I don't think of you and Darien Hardway as having a lot in common, but I will say that earlier this evening, and that was a slap that woke Hardway up, and that was a slap or a chop that may have put Rullo to sleep. But backstage in the locker room, Darien Hardway said, "Screw Hot Topic," and I know that you also are not a big fan of that story.
Hey, you see, when you're a handsome, talented, good-looking star like me and him, oh wow, nasty throw. You're not shopping on Hot Topic. You're not messing with this nonsense.
I wouldn't know. Rullo with incredible athleticism here, and that is one of the things that has been a hallmark of Rullo, his ability to withstand pain and punishment.
And boy, is he showing that today. What about?
Rullo trades in torment, which means this is a very good situation for him, because if the man uses pain to fuel himself, he's going to get a lot of it, but gets caught in midair by Darien Hardway!
Oh! What a devastating slam onto the end of the hardest part of the ring. I'm not sure if you're aware.
That is a misnomer. The hardest part of the ring is the steel post. You've been lied to your whole life. This is one of my most important points, but it is the second hardest part of the ring, and that is nothing to sneeze at.
Misnomer, what a dork, big words. Either way, Rullo is losing air as we speak. He is in danger.
But Darien Hardway taking a victory lap, maybe a little too early, because Rullo is able to recover quickly. He's got that benefit of youth. Rullo barely, I think 19 right now. I mean, such incredible energy in this young man. You can't afford to give him an inch. He will take a mile. Don't forget the power of friendship on the outside.
Oh no, I got my eye on Juicy. I know they're up to some shenanigans.
It's hard to not keep your eye on Juicy. He's very bright and colorful.
This is true, but it's not why they're up to something. I know.
It might be that you're projecting, given your nefarious plots and predilection for cunning and cheating.
You like these big words.
I do have a Hank McCoy level vocabulary, and right now Darien Hardway just toying with Rullo. It feels like Darien Hardway is the kind of guy that enjoys pulling wings off of flies.
Absolutely. And playing with its food.
Like Sid from Toy Story. And Darien Hardway is playing with Rullo like an action figure right now, and not gently.
Breaking him down little by little.
Cover there and gets two. Great positioning in the middle of the ring there.
I'll give Rullo that. He kicked out. I don't know if I would have made that choice.
It's never a quick win against Rullo. He is constantly fighting through adversity, but this has been almost entirely Darien Hardway from the jump until just then.
Oh, devastating strikes. Oh, but is it enough?
What a flurry of energy by the man who is fueled by his feelings.
Oh my God.
Rullo may just been knocked unconscious. Julesy gonna have to see if the lights are on.
If Julesy was a good friend, you know what he'd do? He'd throw in the towel for Rullo right now. He'd be calling him an ambulance as we speak. This is the pain, the suffering.
Rullo does not quit. Rullo may not always win, but he never gives up. He does not surrender. He dies on his shield. And he might be about to lose by countout, though, because we're already up to 7, Mike.
He's gonna die on that shield, all right. Oh, but look at him get up. Hey, Jules touched him. He put breath.
Darien Hardway has had an opportunity to regain his composure. And now just stomping away at Rullo's hands. I have no idea how the man's gonna write in his diary tonight. He does write a poem about every match.
He's gonna have to write a poem about the day he got in the ring with Darien and got his butt whooped.
Darien may be the man with all the power, but he still has the vulnerabilities of a human. He's got to breathe. He's got to consume oxygen. This may be a great strategy here by Rullo to take the big man down.
Come on, Darien, get out of there!
When you carry this much muscle mass, you need a lot of oxygen to power it. Darien in a bad way!
No!
A textbook missile dropkick, Mike, and not just to Darien, right to his chin.
Darien, get up! You gotta, no, please!
It really feels like Rullo has found all the weak points in the Man of Steel's armor, the joints where that steel is connected.
Oh my gosh.
Combination offense. It's like Rullo has put in the Konami code. Up, up, down, down, left, left, right, A, B, start, select. Let's end this now!
You know what? I agree with you. I think Rullo is cheating. Somehow, someway. Oh, wait a minute. Oh no! This can't be happening.
Rullo is on fire and comes a hair's breadth away from defeating Darien Hardway. But don't forget, whoever wins this match still has to go on to compete against 26 other men. How are you not going to be at a disadvantage given how hard this match has been for both of these two?
100% you are going to be at a disadvantage. Oh, devastating spine buster.
You're going to be a bug on a windshield if you're Rullo, and this one's almost taken by Darien Hardway.
That look that Darien has, that's not a look you see from him often. The shock, the surprise of Rullo continuing to kick out. You can see it. It's getting to him. Come on.
Rullo has never been afraid to do things the hard way, but tonight he's going to have to prove that literally. Darien was setting up, Rullo went underneath, and again now trying to cut off the flow of blood to the brain of Darien Hardway, trying to keep that oxygen out of those super-sized muscles.
Is it enough? Oh! Slipping out another kick to the cranium. Oh, make that 3, goodness.
The strikes have been the not-so-secret weapon for Rullo in this match. And again, a kick right to the face. And is Rullo going to do the impossible? He does!
The winner of the match and qualifying for a spot in the Outlast Rumble.
What an upset! The power of friendship is able to conquer kryptonite and steel, but Rullo is still not ready to embrace the denim dolphin lifestyle.
I wouldn't want to embrace that either.
Don't forget, Rullo will still have to compete later tonight against 26 other men, including Jules Z, who tries to leave a lasting impression with a sticker on Darien Hardway. Rullo's got to recover and get ready.
I don't know why that'd be shocking, but it was okay, I guess.
Set for one fall. The winner will get a spot in the Outlast Rumble.
Our second of 2 qualifying matches for the Outlast Rumble. I am your hero, Jason Heat, and I am now joined by our second special analyst here, a man who is very familiar with this competitor. His name, to my left, is Wonderboy Brian Morris. Welcome to the desk.
Well, thank you so much, Jason. What'd you call yourself? Your hero?
Your hero, Jason Heath.
What's that about?
I like superheroes.
Gotcha.
I like alliteration.
I think Fancy Ryan Clancy thinks he's everybody's hero here tonight. He is gracing us with his presence here in South Jersey.
The Fancy Man returns to SUPERKRAZEE Pro Wrestling with a mission, Brian. Not only does he want to qualify for the Outlast Rumble, which of course you are already entered into. Let's throw it to Emil.
Introducing first, fighting out of New York, here is Fancy Clancy.
But beyond getting into the Outlast Rumble, Ryan Clancy wants to prove that his loss last month to Devious Cass was a fluke, that this was about luck and not talent or skill.
It's always brutal to be in a triple threat match, Jason. And of the three competitors, Ryan Clancy was the one who everybody can say lost that match. Marcus Mathers not involved in the pinfall or the decision, and that is eating at Clancy. It's been eating at Clancy for about a month now, and as you said, tonight is his chance to make it right.
Well, it's particularly devastating for Ryan Clancy for two reasons. One, he has taken this young man, Devious Cass, under his wing. To lose to your protege, that stings a bit. But two, at the time of that match, Ryan Clancy was the independent professional wrestling champion of the world. And to lose while holding that title, that really has to sting the ego. What an accomplishment and achievement it was for young Devious Cass.
Devious Cass has been living off of that victory.
Fighting out of Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, with an official weight of 6'7", he is the Indie Killer,
Cass wearing that crown to get under the skin of Ryan Clancy. And Ryan usually pretty unflappable, but it seems to have done the trick.
Well, what do you expect from Ryan Clancy? He's a gentleman. He's dressed like an old school wrestler. He has an old school mentality. He has manners here. And Devious Cass comes out with these stupid crowns. He brings a chair to the ring. I mean, what is this going to devolve into?
Devious Cass now refers to himself as the Indie Killer. You can't ignore the timing. He pinned the independent wrestling champion. Now he's the Indie Killer. Feels maybe like a direct shot at Ryan Clancy.
It definitely is a direct shot. And I will admit, Devious Cass, he is as smart as anybody in the SUPERKRAZEE locker room. Because if I had something over my opponent, I would exploit that to the max. And it seems as though he's already getting in Clancy's head.
Makes no sense. Look.
Seems like Cass has a crown for everyone other than the Fancy Man.
This is a joke. Yeah!
Do you think we'll get crowns?
I don't want a crown of this. My head's probably too big for it anyway.
But that's entirely true.
This is ridiculous. You know what Ryan Clancy has done? I mean, you mentioned his IWTV Independent Wrestling Championship, but this guy was in Japan earlier this year. He's been all over the world.
Ryan
Well, I
Clancy
guess the
seems
crown's the only thing he's missing now.
very excited to receive his crown. And a crown for everyone.
Whoa!
Quick roll up there by Devious Cass, and he nearly scored the pinfall, Brian.
What is going on here?
Head games. I'd feel like you would admire this.
You can't come out here trying to be the fan favorite and trying to appeal to this audience, then trying to steal a victory like that. I mean, come on.
Devious Cass, only 18 years old, already 6 years in the ring, started training at 12 years old, Brian.
Who allowed that?
His family?
No. This is where Clancy has the advantage. Right here, Jason. Real wrestling. Headlock applied here, and he's holding on to it. No matter what Cass tries to do, Clancy can... Oh, well.
But of course, Devious Cass has been training and learning from the best, like Ryan Clancy, like Jordan Oliver. He is using all of those lessons against one of his teachers. It's really to the benefit of both of these men to try and end this match early. The more grueling this contest, the more a disadvantage the winner is at, because they have to go on to face 26 other competitors, including you, Brian Morris. I'm assuming you're here potentially to sort of scout the competition?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, I have first-hand experience with Ryan Clancy in the ring and watching his matches up close. Devious Cast, though, I have not had the displeasure of sharing the ring with him yet.
You might have
wins, exactly. If he wins right here, I might have that displeasure later on.
Great athleticism on display by Devious Cast, but also the poise that this young man shows at the age of 18.
You mentioned how it's in both of these competitors' best interest to end this early. I'm going to disagree with you. It's in Cass's best interest to end this as quick as possible. Fancy Ryan Clancy, I've seen this man have 40-plus minute matches up close. If you don't think he's ready for a war, not only with Cass, but against 26 other competitors, you're sorely mistaken. He's going to take his time with this beating.
Devious Cast is a standard bearer here of SUPERKRAZEE Pro Wrestling, a homegrown talent here out of the Skid Row Pro Wrestling Academy. There's a lot of home field advantage and a lot of resistance to people coming in who've made their names maybe on the independents and then taking spots. So there's a very personal stake here for Cass as well.
I never want to teach somebody anything in wrestling and have them take your spot or much less have them beat you in a match, just like we saw last month. I mean, I don't blame Clancy at all for his attitude coming into this.
There's also been a very different attitude to Ryan Clancy of late. There's been a lot more aggression, maybe a little bit more resentment in Fancy Ryan Clancy. It feels like maybe the bloom is off the rose with his feelings about pro wrestling.
All I know is Ryan Clancy's usually wrestling circles around his opponent, and Cass got the better of him in a very technical wrestling exchange right there. That's a rarity.
There's a reason that luminaries have taken Devious Cast under their wing and now raining right down onto the head of Ryan Clancy. Okay.
That's right.
Monkey flip. Classic offense, a real throwback style by Ryan Clancy.
Clancy so adept. He took 6 punches in that corner, straight to the head. The referee doing nothing, and now he not only takes advantage of Cass trying to play into the crowd's best interest, he's in complete control.
The elegance of execution really playing to his strengths, grinding the jaw of Devious Cast on that cover. Devious Cast now struggling to breathe. You know, when you grind your hand, your wrist into the nose, into the mouth, it really brings all the fluids to the face. It makes it so much more difficult to maintain that cardio and that breath, Brian.
Interesting just looking at what Clancy wears to the ring. He's got those short boots, those socks, but no knee pads, and when he's able to grind those joints into your face, into other parts of your body, that just hurts that little extra, something that I don't think people think about when they look at somebody like Clancy who isn't covering up his joints. He's not wearing knee pads, he's not wearing elbow pads, not even wearing wrist tape. He doesn't need all that to be successful.
Not a lot of pump, not a lot of circumstance. Ryan Clancy is pure technique. Doesn't hide behind anything. He is what's fancy about him. And really changing the pace of this match. You mentioned grinding Devious Cast. Oh no! And Clancy's hand just smacked right into that steel post, Brian.
Now, Jason, answer me this. What happens if they both get counted out? What happens if they both get disqualified? Do none of them enter the Rumble?
I think you may have one less member of the competition.
Well, that's what I'm rooting for.
And Devious Cast seemingly waiting for the 6-7 call to enter the ring. It's a generational difference, I think.
I think so. I mean, it's not even my generation. I just think he's 18 years old.
Yeah.
It's not my generation.
No.
Look at this!
Submission hold applied. Sharp shooting here by Fancy Ryan Clancy.
Devious Cast familiar with this hold. He recently was invited down to train at the Dungeon 2.0 with Natalia Neidhart. I'm sure he learned a thing or two down there, but Clancy didn't have to get that invite to apply the sharpshooter beautifully on Cass.
And now holding on, forced to relinquish before 5, but that's that new attitude of Ryan Clancy, keeping that hold on as long as he legally could.
4 extra seconds in pain. When you reach for those ropes and get those ropes mentally, you're expecting that hold to be broken. You're expecting to be out of trouble. Not with Clancy. Kept that hold on and delivers a brutal chop.
And this is what Clancy does to someone he genuinely likes. Imagine what Clancy does to someone he loathes.
I'm not saying that you hit your friends harder in pro wrestling, but I think it's just he knows exactly what Cass is going for. He knows that he's got to watch out for that super kick, and in the same respect, Cass has to watch out for that drop kick.
There's also an old saying in wrestling that you're not in this business to make friends. You're in this business to say things to people's faces and then talk about them behind their back. I know you're familiar with that.
I thought it was in this business to make money. I would never do that.
I have heard that you are quite the fan of tea.
Look out!
Beautiful clothesline there by Devious Cass. Now bringing the strikes right to the face of Fancy Ryan Clancy. Dragon suplex, and not only the pace, but the momentum of this match has completely changed in an instant.
Just enough time to recover. Clancy catching him with that back elbow, and now a fireman's carry. Nope.
Ryan Clancy wants to prove it was a fluke. Misses shades of Ryan Clancy. Classic professional wrestling offense, an airplane spin to take the Fancy Man off balance.
Now, what kind of damage has that done to both competitors, though? What?
And the most devastating dropkick in the business applied to the wrong person.
What is going on here, Jason?
Devious Cass is taking advantage because Fancy Ryan Clancy hit the wrong man. And now he thought he won the match, and finally it's starting to dawn on Ryan Clancy. It's not done. In fact, he may have just risked a disqualification.
There's that super kick we were talking about. Cass avoided the drop kick. Clancy could not avoid the super kick, and if that ref ever gets up, this thing's over. Oh, wait a second.
Second ref in, but it may be too late. And it is. Devious Cass should have had this match won, but with the referee incapacitated, we need to wait for a second official.
Cass did this to himself. He wanted to apply that airplane spin. He's the reason that Clancy knocked out the first official, and he's the reason he didn't get a 3 count right there.
You could be as dizzy as you want. If you can't see a zebra striped shirt, that is a bigger issue than simply losing your balance.
All right, after I win the Rumble, come in the ring, I'll give you an airplane spin, and you tell me which way's up.
I will pass.
Look out, huge.
Top rope, misses. But Clancy does it, turning Devious Cass inside out and upside down. Deep stack. And Devious Cass kicks out with authority despite being thrown right on his head and neck.
I've seen Ryan Clancy wrestle for hours, and it is a rarity that he stacks maneuvers up like that in rapid succession and does not get a victory.
Wrenching the neck with his legs, and Ryan Clancy is now dismantling Devious Cass joint by joint.
Wait a second. Cass introduced that chair, and Ryan Clancy might reintroduce it here.
We may have to switch the nicknames because this doesn't feel fancy, this feels devious. And Ryan Clancy is assuring the referee that he's not planning to use the chair. If you're not planning to use it, why would you bring it into the ring? And it's a distraction.
This is why. This is why, because he's the smartest wrestler in Super Crazy Pro Wrestling as far as I'm concerned. Oh no.
And thankfully the referee sees what Clancy has in mind and saves the neck of Devious Cass.
Oh boy.
Ryan Clancy's losing his cool.
Drop to hold into the chair. Oh!
Shining Wizard immediately follows, and Devious Cass is moving on.
The winner of the match and qualifying for the Outlast Rumble,
Ryan Clancy was hoisted by his own petard, Brian. He brought not one but 2 chairs into the ring. It should be no surprise when his head is the one that hit one.
Devious Cass was the first to introduce that chair in the ring introductions, Jason, and that had to have stuck with Clancy. I hate to say it, but Devious Cass seems to have Ryan Clancy's number. 2 consecutive victories over the Fancy Man in 2 consecutive months.
But there's no time to celebrate the victory. Devious Cass has to head to the back and prepare, because now he has to try and outlast 26 other men in the Outlast Battle Royal to become #1 contender to the SKPW Championship.
Oh, man.
our next contest is a 3-way bout set for 1 fall.
This match is the definition of a special attraction, and we are so thrilled to feature this kind of action here at SUPERKRAZEE Pro Wrestling. I am your hero, Jason Heat. I am joined by Wonderboy Brian Morris, our very special analyst.
Thank you very much, Jason. What a star-studded lineup we have here at SUPERKRAZEE Pro Wrestling on a gorgeous Friday night in South Jersey. And Juni Underwood.
Introducing first, this is Juni
Very much, Emil. Juni Underwood in the rare situation for him of being probably the least experienced competitor in this 3-way match, Jason.
Juni Underwood, maybe the hardest working man in professional wrestling today, just recently completed his 400th career match in just over 4 years. That is an average of 100 matches a year, Brian.
Can't imagine having to schedule anything like that.
You are correct. When it comes to these 3, Juni Underwood is still potentially the underdog, and that says something as he goes up against a man who only does things on top guy time. You want to see the face of bravery? Griffin McCoy has a mustache in 2026, and that's how I know this man is brave. Griffin McCoy, international experience. And a man who, much in your own spirit, willing to take any shortcut. In fact, backstage, a lot of people like to call him the grifter, Griffin McCoy. He would take $10 from his grandmother's pocket if he thought he could get away with it.
Who wouldn't?
Most people, Brian. Most people.
Introducing Parsons weight number 2, he is top guy,
Griffin McCoy knows you're not really doing anything wrong unless you get caught doing it, Jason. He might just be smarter than you are. And as you said, Juni Underwood, over 400 matches, and somehow the underdog in this 3-way contest.
The top guy, Griffin McCoy, has a chance to really live up to that name if he can be the victor in this all-star triple threat. But on paper, most people give the advantage to this 3rd and final competitor, a man who is near the elite of the professional wrestling profession. You talked about how smart Griffin McCoy is. Absolutely, he's crafty, he's cerebral, but he is not the brain, because Jordan Oliver is operating on another level. Recently making waves in Ring of Honor. Jordan Oliver has a long and storied history with both of these men. Juni Underwood, directly responsible for helping Oliver train and recover after tearing his ACL. And of course, Griffin McCoy, Oliver's former friend and teammate in Young, Dumb, and Broke. But it's been a long time since either of these two men were dumb or broke, because they've been making a lot of money winning matches. There's only one person on the roster who has defeated Jordan Oliver, and that is the current.
Third and final participant. This is
The current Super Crazy Pro Wrestling champion, Samael Fawzi. Oliver has said that he is a little resentful of being considered a special attraction instead of having the opportunity to qualify for the Outlast Rumble and get an opportunity for the title, because Jordan's sight is set on becoming Super Crazy Pro Wrestling champion.
Well, that's funny you say that, because I talked to Griffin McCoy, and his sights are set on the exact same thing. They're almost looking past this Outlast Rumble. They're focusing on whoever comes out on top in the heavyweight championship match later on this evening.
I also love being here at Super Crazy.
Juni Underwood very quickly endearing himself to the Super Crazy faithful.
How about the matchmaking from Super Crazy Pro Wrestling? All three of these competitors, as you touched on, have a storied history with one another, know each other perhaps better than any other opponents in their entire career, and we get to watch all three of them duke it out right in front of us.
On almost any other card, in almost any other promotion, this would be an easy main event. And now Griffin McCoy, as we say, operating on top guy time, striking quick and early. Two there. This is going to be a lot of action, fast and furious.
Been in my share of triple threat matches, and part of the strategy at some point is to just stay out of the way, and nobody able to do that so far.
Feels like Juni Underwood knows that people may be counting him out, so he is coming out strong right from the jump, maybe looking to prove a point that he belongs equally in this match with these other two luminaries. My goodness. Just constant evasion, and all three are circling each other, Brian.
It's important to pace yourself in one of these matches and continue to stay aware throughout the entire contest, no matter how long it will be. All three competitors aware of what each other are doing early on. Whoa, look.
It's a bird in a box. Instead of a jack in a box, it was a bird in a box. A gift for Griffin McCoy.
To stoop to that level. Why don't we make this a classy wrestling match? These are three great competitors from a technical wrestling standpoint. Why can't we keep it highbrow?
And now an alliance formed here between training partners Juni Underwood and Jordan Oliver. It looks like their mutual disdain for Griffin McCoy is causing them to ally, but we know that that's only going to last for so long.
It's a smart strategy early on. If they can eliminate one of the competitors and make it a one-on-one match, your probability of winning and having bragging rights over your other two friends or colleagues significantly increases.
This is not an elimination style match. This is first fall to a finish. You cannot afford to not be participating effectively right now by being out of the ring. Griffin McCoy has no influence on the decision.
Drop toe hold didn't work. He reversed the grip on the leg and went right back to it.
Great
Juni Underwood could not grab a hold of the rope the second time.
A great strategy there by Jordan Oliver, who likes to bait opponents into making their own mistakes. Jordan Oliver is an exceptional athlete, but truly it is his brain that is his greatest weapon.
We've seen drop downs, we've seen leapfrogs. That time Juni Underwood trying that leapfrog at Jordan Oliver, catching him in the sidewalk slam, but but there's Griffin McCoy, always aware even though he's outside the ring.
Griffin McCoy picking his spot, throwing Oliver out of the ring, clearly feeling that Jordan Oliver is the greatest threat. Some study Gotch, some study Thez, but that man, Mo, Larry, and Curly all on the tape study.
Which one of them did that? Which one of them did a flapjack into a dropkick, huh?
Pretty sure that was Shemp.
Again, that's one of my team.
Oh, shit.
So Underwood has to take advantage. Griffin McCoy is isolated in the ring. Jordan Oliver on the outside. Worse for wear, you have to make a cover. You have to keep on your opponent here.
The triple threat is all about timing, capitalizing on a moment when 1/3 of the match is completely incapacitated and the other third of the match is down for at least 3 seconds. And now Oliver in the ring, picking his spot. Juni Underwood just does, man. I mean, Juni Underwood is a vibe. I don't know that he comes in with any kind of strategy. He just feels it in the moment, and it tends to work out well for Underwood.
It does tend to work out well, especially in a match like this where you can't really go in with a game plan. There's so many elements, there's so many variables, and so far it's paying off for him. Oh!
Poke to the eye by Griffin McCoy. There's very relaxed rules in a triple threat, and McCoy is willing to bend them to the point where they break.
Call Jordan Oliver all the nicknames you want, but Griffin McCoy might be the smartest one in this match. Technically no disqualifications in a triple threat. He knows that better than anybody.
And now Juni Underwood effectively blind, who knows for how long. Jordan Oliver sitting pretty ripe for Griffin McCoy to destroy. Cover now, but only one. It's going to take a lot more than that to hold down Jordan Oliver, especially after the year that he had in 2025.
What would you even call that move that McCoy did on him?
Effective.
All right, Jason.
I think it's known affectionately as a what a maneuver, a big old wham.
McCoy eliminating Juni Underwood again from the equation, just stomping him out of the ring so he can isolate Oliver.
So much enmity, so much bad blood between these two men. They rode the roads together and now both looking to prove that they were the best of young, dumb, and broke. Of course, Juni Underwood does not want to be left out of the party.
Despite him probably still having trouble getting his vision back, stumbles back into the ring, needs to keep himself in this contest, and somehow trying to get the better of Oliver.
Jordan Oliver looked, and now it's the grifter taking advantage. Put your tongue back in your mouth, McCoy. No one wants to see that. 2 for Griffin McCoy.
This is why Griffin McCoy, in my opinion, is the favorite in this match.
2 again.
He'll do anything it takes to win. A beautiful snap suplex and German suplex combination, making a quick cover on each of his opponents, and just 1 second away from the victory, Jason.
No surprise that Oliver was to his feet first. Juni has taken the brunt of the punishment in this match. You know, when the match began, Juni really came out strong, and unfortunately that may have made him a target to both men early on.
So here, look at McCoy's athleticism along with the power.
Now looking for the submission. Griffin McCoy with the half crab.
Guys know perhaps better than anybody the injury history of Jordan Oliver, and Griffin McCoy, like you said, will stoop to any level to take advantage in a match like this.
Jordan Oliver lost months of his career, precious months at one of the most important times in this young man's life to a torn ACL. He may be cleared to compete, Brian, but he is not at 100%. Honestly, he may never be 100% again.
Knee lift to McCoy, and he is stunned. Watch your back here, Jason. Juni Underwood trying to recover.
Juni Underwood struggled to get in the ring, then fell down. He has been rocked, and now Juni reintroducing himself to his friends.
Look at these 3 go at it.
All 3 are down, but Jordan Oliver's got the fire in the eyes. You know, Brian, that ACL changed the course of Jordan Oliver's career. It was when he was out on the shelf that he realized that he couldn't rely purely on his athleticism, and that's when he began to to emerge as the brain and just a level of craftsmanship and strategy that someone like you, because you are, I've said on the record, one of the most cunning wrestlers I've ever seen. You have to appreciate that out of Jordan Oliver.
Absolutely. Transformed his entire career, transformed his entire style, and he's more successful than ever because of it.
Will he be successful tonight, or will Juni Underwood or Griffin McCoy be only one of the second people in this company to defeat Jordan Oliver?
Uranagi right into a jumping leg drop, and Juni Underwood, even if he could recover for a brief second, he's right back on his back.
Jordan Oliver has done a great job, almost like a composer, just maneuvering his opponents to where he needs them to be to play his symphony of violence.
He's not done. Oh! And then a big drop kick to follow it up. McCoy playing to the crowd. Can he isolate Oliver now? No, Juni's back in the ring.
Juni Underwood, not one to be underestimated. Hooking up Griffin McCoy to the Tree of Woe.
Yikes!
Chaotic neutral, Juni Underwood strikes.
The worst feelings in the world, obviously, is getting kicked in the face like that, but being in a helpless position with your feet tied up in the top turnbuckle, no way to protect yourself.
What an opportunity this is for Juni Underwood to take out one of the top professional wrestlers operating on the scene today.
Suplex now, standing switch, dragon suplex from Juni.
Juni gets the better of Oliver in that exchange. Can he capitalize?
Oh!
The lights are on. I'm not sure all of Juni is home. Holy Lord! Michinoku driver, and Griffin saves it, not only for himself, but also his hated enemy.
Sequences like that make you question who's really in control of this match. Just when you think Jordan Oliver has the upper hand, Juni Underwood literally turns the match on his head. And Griffin McCoy breaks up the pin. No, he's dispatched very quickly.
There's no padding on the floor. Griffin McCoy landed hard. He's clutching his leg. He was clutching his arm. This may be down to Juni Underwood and Jordan Oliver, at least for the time being.
Underwood has to show some enthusiasm here about getting Jordan Oliver back into the ring and ending this match right now. As you said, Griffin McCoy in front of us. We have a good vantage point on what he's suffering from right now, and these two are brawling on the opposite apron.
This is a perfect opportunity for Juni Underwood to go in for the kill and finish Jordan Oliver while Griffin McCoy is incapacitated.
This late in a contest like this, any blow hurts, but especially these chops right to your chest. That could collapse a lung if they hit hard enough.
And no knock whatsoever, because Juni is swinging for the fences, but the power behind Jordan Oliver, it's like 2-1. And that's why Juni Underwood's going to hit him with 17 more.
That's exactly right. Oh! Back elbow, Underwood onto the apron, and McCoy from out of nowhere.
And Juni Underwood, despite taking some really severe punishment, may have actually benefited because he missed Air Griffin.
I wouldn't be so quick to call Juni Underwood in a good position here. Oh, maybe not.
Juni Underwood is always quick, and Juni Underwood is always in a good position because he can strike from every angle, Brian Morris.
This is where it gets real dangerous, as if it wasn't dangerous enough. Two competitors, two big guys up on the second rope. It can only go bad for one, maybe both of them here.
And not only dangerous for the wrestlers, but also for the building. You see that Juni has to adjust what he would usually do because he can't go to the top rope because of the height of the ceiling. That really changes things, and it may have provided McCoy an opportunity. Jackknife by Oliver.
Oh! Super kick from Oliver after the jackknife cover, and Oliver now in control.
McCoy is only on his feet because he fell on the ropes. He is not standing under his own power. Top guy recovers, but it looks like he might be limping, and it's been these knees by Juni Underwood that have been the difference maker.
Oh! Underwood not expecting to see McCoy that close to him as he comes off the rope. And look at the power from McCoy. Powerbomb perhaps to Oliver.
This match has become a Rube Goldberg machine of violence, and it's top guy, Griffin McCoy, who is looking to put the nail in the coffin of the brain. Oh! Interception. Jordan Oliver does the deal, but Juni Underwood literally pushing Oliver out of victory's path.
Just when you forget about the third competitor in this match, just when you're all encompassed with the action going on between the two in the ring, you forget that Juni Underwood's there lurking.
The conditioning of all three of these athletes is out of this world.
Springboard, double-handed chop, whatever gets the job done, and Juni Underwood is right back to the floor. McCoy is in trouble, and Oliver is in control.
We have to be around 10 minutes into this match. It has been nonstop, and only now are we beginning to see labored breathing from any of these men.
Knees to the corner. And why not put him up to the second again? Turned out so well for him last time. Oh, look at this!
And that's taking advantage, almost trying to snap the neck of Jordan Oliver. That's not trying to win a match, that's trying to put a man onto an operating table.
That's trying to win the match right there.
Oliver's head may have hit that turnbuckle. Juni Underwood is nowhere to be seen.
Sit out, powerbomb. Can Underwood make the save? He can! Oh my goodness.
Second time that Juni Underwood has changed the course of this match simply by interrupting the pinfall. Juni's got to start playing offense and not defense.
He's the only one up right now. He's more concerned about getting the crowd back into this match than making a cover. That might cost him, Jason.
Juni Underwood trying to decide who he's going to go after. Don't wait for someone to stand, just start stomping on him.
Can't wait right now.
Great impact, though, by Juni Underwood.
Nice. How many chops have we seen in this match?
Griffin McCoy was able to kind of block one of those chops, and now Juni Underwood trying to deal equal damage to both of his opponents. Splitting his focus, though, Brian.
Another back elbow to Oliver.
It's tough. If you try and pay attention to two people, you're not giving 100% to either, but if you focus entirely on one, you leave yourself defenseless, and now Juni Underwood in perfect position to take advantage! Frog splash! And it's Oliver that plays spoiler.
Look at the urgency from Oliver. Oh no! Underwood again!
Cradle shock by Juni Underwood, but Jordan Oliver gets that shoulder up.
What a match. And here's the urgency from Underwood. Going right to the top. Trying for that splash again, perhaps.
Non-stop intensity by all three men.
Yes, look at this.
Griffin McCoy knows that could have been the kill shot. He is interrupting. Juni Underwood doesn't want anyone else to get the glory.
Obsessed with ascending the ranks here at SUPERKRAZEE Pro Wrestling. He cannot afford a loss to Juni Underwood and Jordan Oliver right now. He's obsessed with winning this match. He's doing everything it takes to get there.
It's not just about winning the match for Griffin McCoy. It's about hitting the killing blow. Speaking of which, we may have just seen it. Incredible balance. And it's lights out for Juni Underwood. Griffin McCoy unable to get in the ring. What a victory for Jordan Oliver.
I'll tell you what, Jason. I can talk all day about how fantastic that match was, how great all three of these competitors are, but selfishly, I'm ecstatic I don't have to see any one of these guys in the Rumble later on tonight.
Hey, For those that don't know, Griffin McCoy, that's my biggest op in professional wrestling. But I gotta give it up to you. Man, you are so good. And Juni Underwood, give it up
right there. And Juni, for those that don't know, is one of the hardest working young talents in the entire goddamn world. But me, I am the hardest working young talent in the world. And that's why I speak of you. It's just the truth. It's just the truth. I'm the winner. And now that I beat you two, Samael, Fawzi, I want another shot at that goddamn championship. Ain't another person in this company beat me. Whoever wins the Rumble, whoever's after that, I'm next in line, Fawzi. If you still got that championship, if you don't, I'm getting my win back one way or another.
The mission statement is clear. Step 1, defeat Samael Fawzi, the only man who has taken Jordan Oliver down a peg in this company. Step 2, win the SUPERKRAZEE Pro Wrestling Heavyweight Championship.
Our next contest is a singles bout set for one fall. And it is for the SUPERKRAZEE Pro Wrestling Championship.
One of our two main events, the second of two title matches. The SUPERKRAZEE Pro Wrestling Heavyweight Championship is on the line. And a man on a mission, a warrior walking to the ring. It is the Mecha Brian Johnson. I am your hero, Jason Heath, alongside Brian Morris, a man who has a lot of personal interest in this match, having recently challenged for the SUPERKRAZEE Pro Wrestling Heavyweight Championship. And you'll note, it's extremely out of character for Brian Johnson not to grab the mic and opine on the way to the ring. This is a different, focused, intense level of Brian Johnson, and maybe for the first time in his entire career, the time for talk is over. The man with the most grueling schedule in this company. A man you know extremely well, Brian. The president representing the Fawzi Republic, Samael Fawzi, walking into the new year as champion, but will he walk out tonight still holding that title?
Oh, look out.
Like a tiger pacing in his cage is the Mecha. This is very, very personal, Brian. We had thought recently that maybe Brian Morris was turning a new leaf with the way that he had been handling his opponent's respect, but no, he was simply a snake shedding his skin. It's still the same Brian Johnson for a new year. It is a riotous atmosphere here.
With the bell rings, the official in charge of this contest, Adam Galt. Introducing first to the quarters to my right, he is the challenger, fighting out of Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, with an official weight of 200 pounds. He is MECCA, the Mecha, Brian Johnson.
said, Jace.
And introducing his opponent, in the corner to my left, representing the Republic of Fawzi, with an official weight of 210 pounds. He is the current, reigning, defending, SUPERKRAZEE Pro Wrestling Champion. Everybody, please rise for the President, Samael Fawzi.
He is the popular candidate. He has had an incredible reign, but unfortunately for Fawzi, it's an election year, and we're going to see if he can step up to lead the company through 2026, because all respect to you, I think you do know this, Brian, I think you are an incredible professional wrestler, but I do believe that Brian Johnson is the toughest test that Fawzi has faced in his reign so far.
Well, I will say, I'm not ashamed to admit it, I was pretty much handed an opportunity to go against Samael Fawzi for that SKPW Heavyweight Championship. Brian Johnson's experience has been quite the opposite. He has been planning and manipulating and scheming for this very opportunity for months. And you know it better than I do, but this plan of his is finally coming to fruition tonight.
This is the culmination of a year's worth of work and effort by Brian Johnson that has seen him beat some of the absolute best in this company and position himself here in this moment to become the champion of SUPERKRAZEE Pro Wrestling. Right as this company is really achieving a new level of success in the pro wrestling world. One of these two men is going to be the face of the future for this company.
Brian Johnson lighting up Samael Fawzi. One of the other advantages Johnson has. Oh, and right as I say that, Fawzi, with his patented intensity, with a back elbow to Brian Johnson, and Johnson wants no more of that.
Very personal for Fawzi after he was attacked by Brian Johnson after that match. Brian Johnson shook the man's hand. Brian Johnson wrapped the belt around Fawzi's waist and then attacked him from behind.
You mentioned the insane schedule, the gauntlet of opponents that Fawzi has had to go through to defend this championship. In my opinion, Jason, it just favors Mecca all that much more because he's been able to scout Samael Fawzi's matches and his performances against some of the best that SUPERKRAZEE has to offer.
And Brian Johnson now at a significant disadvantage because when skeleton meets steel, it's going to be steel that gets the win every time. Brian Johnson's hand might be compromised.
Fawzi is smart enough to take advantage of a compromised body part. As I know firsthand. Oh, look at this. I know this firsthand too, Jason. Yikes!
Air Force One connects to Brian Johnson. Fawzi fights with so much heart, so much ferocity. Brian Johnson may not have actually wanted to wake up this kind of passion with that sneak attack last month.
Not again, not again!
Air Force 2 collides as well. I'm not sure how many planes they have in the fleet, but they are all coming right now for Brian Johnson.
Brian Johnson stumbling back into the ring. Of course, that's the only place where he can win the SUPERKRAZEE Pro Wrestling Championship, and I think he'd want to be anywhere else right now. Or maybe not.
It's Mecca versus everyone, and that is not just a slogan, it's a way of life, but in a lot of ways it's a disadvantage because tonight it's not just Fawzi versus Brian Johnson, it's this entire arena versus Brian Johnson. There's not a single person here except maybe you and Johnson's mother who want to see Brian Johnson as the champion.
Well, These great performers like Brian Johnson who come in here and challenge the best that SUPERKRAZEE has to offer. They're always playing a road game, Jason. They never have the fans on their side. But he's accustomed to that. He's never had the fans on his side, dare I say, through his entire career, just like me. We're accustomed to it, we're used to it, and that's when we have some of our best performances. The Mecca's no different.
Well, Mecca can't win this match by countout if he wants to take the title. So Mecca's going to have to hope that Fawzi decides not to take champion's advantage. And now Mecca is pulling off that turnbuckle.
Look at that. He might have seen something early in the in-ring introductions that none of us saw.
Well, Mecca has plan A, plan B. I actually think that's true. To say that Mecca has plan A or plan B is to limit him to 27 options, and Mecca is operating on way more than that.
Your entire career in this promotion for about a year, as you said, has been leading to this opportunity. You have every plan in the book. You've thought about everything. You've thought about every scenario. You've thought about everything that Samael Fawzi is going to try to hit you with, and you have a counter to it. You have a reaction to it. He's probably the most prepared opponent that Samael Fawzi has faced in this championship run.
Potentially the most prepared competitor in all of SKPW, and Fawzi lands hard on his neck. That was a lot of extra damage that just got done. Fawzi is in his second run as champion. He has been the guy in SKPW, but nationally, big match experience, Brian Johnson has been under bigger and brighter lights in his career. That's going to pay a lot of dividends in this match.
Beautiful back elbow from Brian Johnson. Look at the forearm, right on the face for the cover.
Only gets two, but that's first blood, and now this is where Brian Johnson can't afford to let his temper get in his way. This is the Achilles heel for Brian Johnson.
My Achilles heel too, Jason, as you've been so keen to point out so many times. You already have the crowd against you. You can't have the rep against you too, Brian.
Perhaps you two should start a Brian support group. Two there once again for Brian Johnson.
Scoop slam knee drop combination, dangerously close to a 3.
Honestly, if both of you didn't have antisocial personality disorder, I'd feel like you'd maybe make a good team.
I told you to diagnose me.
You got some fighting.
If the shoe fits. Brian Johnson now slapping the back of the head. And he's looking potentially for that Allen Iverson-inspired step over. He loves to hit those two clothesline and then a little bit of flash, a little bit of sizzle from Brian Johnson.
Yikes!
This may be it. Johnson, so smart, grabbing the heel, but a back chop by Fawzi.
Allen Iverson inspired maneuver. Allen Iverson never won a championship. I'm not sure that's the best role model to have if you're Brian Johnson.
You can take that up with the man in your support group. That might be the first session. Brian Johnson is quite possibly the angriest human being that I have ever encountered. I mean, truly, the Incredible Hulk would look at this man and go, oh, he has issues.
He's cocky too. He's confident. And that's what happens when you're as prepared as he is for one second. Oh, he's looking to bash Fawzi's face into that exposed turnbuckle, and Fawzi trying to turn it around on him.
You can knock a man unconscious. You can bust someone open with that exposed metal, and Fawzi maybe hadn't even seen that until that moment. Has to be hyper aware of the vulnerability. Fawzi's so explosive, Brian. How do you prepare for that?
I tried to. I couldn't. He caught me off guard with an explosive maneuver, 2 explosive maneuvers. That's why I'm not sitting here as the SUPERKRAZEE Pro Wrestling Champion. I don't have an answer for you.
Both men are down. Both men fighting to get to their feet. The title belt in the ring, and Brian Johnson may have seen it. We talked about plan A, plan B. There's a lot of plans, and Brian Johnson lays a lot of traps for his opponents from moment one.
Had that one scouted, going to shoot Fawzi off. Reversal there, follow in.
Great slide, and Fawzi takes Johnson down. Fawzi only takes to the top rope when he is ready to finish an opponent. Clearly calling a shot, but clutching the back of his neck, Brian.
That missile drop kick, that's exactly right. I know that move all too well.
We're gonna see a retention, but Brian Johnson has some more fight left in him. And however crafty, however cerebral, however much of a cheat Brian Johnson can be, you cannot doubt that this man, fueled by the anger that runs through his veins instead of blood, he is willing to fight until he dies.
Talk about fuel. You mentioned this championship sitting in the corner nearest to us. That could do a competitor a lot of good. You see what you're fighting for in the ring. That might have motivated Fawzi to come off that top rope, risking his own well-being to potentially put Johnson down.
Fawzi may be deaf for a moment, do that clap of the ears, but he can still see, and right now victory is in his sights. Johnson gets caught. Nope, standing switch.
Oh.
Referee was almost in harm's way. And now, poke of the eyes. Deaf and blind. Is Fawzi out?
Come on!
Deaf, blind,
Still kicking.
picture perfect fisherman suplex. Dare I say a perfect plex from Brian Johnson, and still not enough.
Brian Johnson
Look at this.
scouting the field and finds a weapon of choice, but if he uses this, Brian, he's gonna get disqualified. He can't afford that champion's advantage.
You mentioned it earlier, sometimes these guys have to work on keeping their cool. I'm one of them, Brian Johnson's one of them. Sometimes the heat of the moment can get the better of you, and Fawzi takes advantage.
Complete shot by Fawzi. We're gonna see the champion retain. The last inch of a second, Brian Johnson got that shoulder up. Not even a full kick out, just a roll over.
The lack of focus shown by Brian Johnson right there, and the task at hand, winning the match, taking the SUPERKRAZEE Pro Wrestling Heavyweight Championship. He lost focus on that goal for a split second, and the champion almost made him pay for it.
How much would it destroy this man's life to spend a year getting to this moment and then fall short to Samael Fawzi?
Go. This is what put me away in our heavyweight championship contest between myself and Fawzi. Look out!
Brian Johnson pulling out all the stops. The referee has been a victim.
A kick out, and it looked like a headbutt inadvertently. Obviously, the back of Brian Johnson's head hitting Adam Galt's head, and Galt's worse for wear here.
No one can win without an official, and so Fawzi may be in a position right now to count to 100, but it doesn't matter.
He's won so many matches with this exact maneuver. He's retained the championship so many times with that exact maneuver, and the referee is nowhere to be seen.
For all intents and purposes, he just won the match right now, Brian, but it doesn't matter because the referee can't call what the referee can't see, and right now, the referee can't see anything. Brian Johnson's got something he's clutching. I believe it's the belt.
Can't see what it is, and you might be right. Jason! Oh!
And Fawzi now holding that belt in his hands, getting caught. Johnson ramming Fawzi into the exposed turnbuckle. The process, we're gonna have a new champion, Brian. Good Lord. The exposed turnbuckle, the process, and it's still not enough to get it done.
Everybody in this building thought we had a new SUPERKRAZEE Pro Wrestling Heavyweight Champion.
All the stars aligned, Brian. That was everything lining up perfectly for Brian Johnson. The ref out of position, the turnbuckle exposed, the process had to be trusted, and still Fawzi is the champion so far.
You mentioned it earlier though, Jason. You hit that top turnbuckle, that exposed top turnbuckle. You get knocked out, but that might be the best case scenario, just getting knocked out. Fawzi might have a broken jaw, a broken nose. Who knows what he's going through right now? Brian Johnson might be very, very excited to find out.
Two warriors striking each other. What is Brian Johnson going to have to do? What is he going to have to pull out in order to get this victory? And of course, remember, Fawzi already had Brian Johnson beat. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We had to stop counting. Elbow for elbow for elbow, and now Fawzi up, picking up the pace.
The O'Connor roll, Johnson. Nope.
Johnson fights out.
Go again.
Looking for that process. Up and over, trying.
Oh, stacked him! Stacked him!
Oh, and Johnson gets it! The second reign of Samael Fawzi ends.
SUPERKRAZEE Pro Wrestling Champion, Brian Johnson.
You gotta hate it when a plan comes together, and at 196 days, the presidential term of Samael Fawzi at the top of this company has come to an end, steamrolled by a locomotive spelled M-E-C-C-A.
The preparation is the difference in this contest. Brian Johnson was prepared for just about anything, including that sunset flip attempt. 3 seconds is all you need to become the new champion. But Jason, we talked about the gauntlet of opponents that Fawzi has had to face. You have to believe it's taken its toll over this amount of time.
And we don't know who's next. It could be the man sitting right next to me, Brian Morris. It could be Rullo. It could be one of any 27 competitors, because the Outlast Rumble is coming up, and we're going to find out very soon who is first on the docket for Brian Johnson. But tonight, it is Mecca over everyone. We have a brand new SUPERKRAZEE Pro Wrestling champion to start a brand new year.
And now it is time for the Outlast Rumble. And now let me explain the rules. We will begin with 2 participants. At 1 minute intervals, a new participant will enter the match. The match will continue until all participants have entered the match and only 1 participant remains. Eliminations can occur at any time when a wrestler is thrown over the top rope with both feet touching the floor. And the winner of this match will become #1 contender for the SUPERKRAZEE Pro Wrestling Championship. And now, let us all find out who drew #1 in the Outlast Rumble.
Main event time here. The eponymous Outlast Rumble at SUPERKRAZEE Pro Wrestling Outlast. I'm your host, Jason Heat, alongside one of the superstars of the Northeast, Eli Isom, joining me here at commentary.
Yeah, I'm happy to be here at SUPERKRAZEE. I'm even happier to see this man come out and have a shot to win this Rumble.
1/3 of Primal Fear, the big men on campus. It's a rough drawing, but if there's anyone who can go the distance, it's super fresh Adrian Soriano.
Yeah, I've known Adrian for a really long time. He's battled through so many injuries, so much adversity, and he's still here and he's still willing to get the job done.
2025, Adrian Soriano was focused on trios action alongside his brother in arms, Iron Matthew Omen, and the Hellraiser Gabriel Hodder. But this match, starting off 2026, is every man for himself. Is that going to be a detriment, having to change that focus from trios to singles action, Eli?
No, I don't think so. You know, every time that a man presents himself with an opportunity for himself, he's got to take it, you know? And your brother should be happy for you for taking an opportunity.
You want to talk about every man for himself? No one epitomizes that more than Tim Dynamite, accompanied to the ring by his personal assailant, Tim Dynamite, being flanked by Storm Seraphacy. Did you know that you can hire a personal assailant?
I didn't. I hope that he's being paid well. You know, I assume an assailant has a pretty high salary, so good for him. But in terms of Tim, I've seen him a few times. He's got a big mouth, but he also has big potential.
Big steps, big mouth, but Tim Dynamite able to back it up. Still very tough draw for both Dynamite and Soriano. The first 2 out of 27 competitors in this very interestingly numbered Outlast Rumble.
27, that's the magic number.
It's a very famous club, but this is all about who's going to survive, not who's going to fall to the wayside. 60 seconds on the clock, and then number 3 will enter. The winner of this match will become the #1 contender to the Super Crazy Heavyweight Championship. We now know that is held by a man you are very familiar with, the Mecha Brian Johnson.
Brian Johnson is one of the absolute best professional wrestlers in the indie scene. It doesn't matter which coast, it doesn't matter which region. Brian Johnson's one of the best, and he proved that tonight by winning the heavyweight championship.
One of the best wrestlers, one of the most unpleasant men, only rivaled by Tim Dynamite, who has his personal assailant helping him disrobe. One glove Tim.
Is that what they call him? One glove Tim?
They do now.
And he should put that in his Instagram video.
I mean, it's certainly better than Golden Codpiece Tim, which is also accurate. Man knows how to create a look. 60 seconds starts now. The first 2, the hardest draw. What do you got to do to survive a match like this, Eli?
Well, obviously the odds are not in your favor, but these 2, they're staples here at SUPERKRAZEE. Let's just be honest. So if anybody can get this done, it would be one of these 2. So the main thing that these 2 have to focus on is try not to wear yourself out too much.
The intangible, the personal assailant on the outside. There's nothing stopping Storm Seraphacy from getting involved in this match, usually with the shoe, because the only way to lose is to be thrown over the top rope and have both feet hit the floor. There's no disqualifications in the Rumble, and I don't think imitation is the most sincere form of flattery in this case.
He didn't look like he was paying him homage rather than just straight up mocking.
Soriano, one of the big men on campus, primal fear of the quarterbacks of this company. But a beautiful Pele kick by Tim Dynamite, who's constantly adding to his arsenal.
Yeah, right now he's just stomping out Soriano in the corner, and there's the real big steps. I hope he's got that trademark.
Those like double-sized steps. And now Tim Dynamite in danger of being the first elimination. Dynamite looking to dump Soriano. How heartbreaking would it be to get eliminated before even a third entrant makes their way to the ring?
Yeah, that would be a real heartbreaker. That would make you reevaluate your whole strategy, not just for a match like this, but for your entire career.
Who's going to be number 3? Another one of the most detestable men in this company, the eagle-eyed Patrick Raymond. This is very much this man's first ever Rumble. Is that going to put him at a disadvantage in this kind of match?
Well, it doesn't look like it. He's coming out with a house of fire, cleaning house.
Patrick Raymond knows how to put himself in the right spots. His very first match as a professional wrestler was for the SUPERKRAZEE Pro Wrestling Heavyweight Championship because he assaulted former champion Samael Fawzi, earning himself, or basically being granted that title due to Fawzi's own rage. We're going to see if he can manipulate this match to his advantage as well.
Well, right now he's got a really good game plan. You know, isolate the two and go after them. Non-stop aggressiveness is the end of the game.
Soriano taking the opportunity to recharge and recover. And now Patrick Raymond taking target practice from both Dynamite and Soriano.
You know what they say, everybody's got a game plan until you get chopped in the chest, Jason.
We're looking at number 4 making their way. Who is going to be batting cleanup here in the Rumble? Tiger Watson took a moment to measure the field and now leaping into action. Tiger Watson fell prey to Brian Johnson, losing the shot to become #1 contender to the SUPERKRAZEE Pro Wrestling Heavyweight Championship. So this is his path to victory. If he wins this Rumble, he can right that wrong, Eli.
Yeah, there's nothing better than righting your wrongs, and right now he's doing a really good job of righting those wrongs, staying aggressive, being on top of things, but Mr. Raymond, sir, not today.
Tiger Watson has a get-it-done mentality, no excuses. He's had a lot of opportunities. You don't know how often they come. This may be the last chance to get a shot at the SKPW Heavyweight Championship. And for Tiger Watson, that would also get a rematch against Brian Johnson. We're looking at number 5 of 27. Our first debut here in the Outlast Rumble, a real body snatcher from the 5th dimension, intergalactic competition. It is marvelous.
Yeah, I feel like the people making their debuts in this Rumble, they're at an advantage because the people at SUPERKRAZEE, they've never seen them before. They didn't have a chance to scout, they didn't have a chance to see what they do. And right now, Marvelous is on top of the world.
Marvelous, a product of the world-famous Monster Factory, now representing the 2nd iteration of that facility, Lineage Pro Wrestling. One of the greatest middleweights in this region's history.
You gotta keep your head on the swivel there, Marvelous. There's a lot of people in the ring right now. Chaos can ensue at any moment.
No eliminations yet. As number 6 comes in, it's really hard to do fractions out of 27, so I can't say that we're a quarter or a third of the way through. I can't do that math, Eli.
Well, yeah, don't ask me, because I won't know either.
Hector El Toro making his debut here as well, and boy, what a bull this man is.
Clean it out. Big man.
Big and thick, and Oftentimes, a big man is favored to win a Rumble, but then get taken out early by the field because they are a threat. How do you dominate, but also not make yourself a target?
Yeah, if I'm El Toro right now, I'm trying to get rid of as many people as possible because you're going to be target number one as soon as people start getting their bearings back.
Maybe the most dominant performance so far by anyone in the match. And El Toro finally being dealt some damage by Tiger the Great.
Yeah, Tiger's not afraid of anything.
If you were a tiger, would you be afraid of anyone? The big cat prowling his territory. Let's find out who is number 7. One half of the It's Just Wrestling Tag Team Champions, Jay Perez, has made it to SUPERKRAZEE Pro Wrestling. And I'm going to give an award. That is the most dazzling set of gear we have seen so far.
Yeah, don't look at the pants for too long because you'll go blind. I like this guy. I like he came out blowing clouds and he's trying to get some elimination now.
Had an onrush. It seems like Jay Perez is just deciding discretion is the better part of valor. Why work hard when you can let other people do the work for you?
That's exactly right. Is he wearing a marijuana leaf t-shirt?
I wouldn't know. I'm straight edge.
Yeah, I like this guy. He's awesome.
Jay Perez taking it to the biggest Toro in the yard. Toro is bull, right?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
We're counting down now to number 8. So far, no eliminations, and the ring is filling up. Wait a second! This is not what? Well, that's not just Ben Rivers. That's big, sexy Ben Rivers. That's my sometimes commentary partner. That's our DJ. That's definitely a marijuana aficionado.
Hell yeah.
And he is one half, the other half of the It's Just Wrestling Tag Team Champions. They are known as JAM. Sorry.
That's exactly right.
I'm sorry, Jab. Jay and Par. Perez and Rivera.
I love it. I absolutely love it. And not only is Mr. Rivers big, but he's also sexy.
And why are tag team partners fighting each other? They could team up.
Every man for himself. You know, only one person can be the number 1 contender for the heavyweight championship.
We're going to see which one of them is on par. Get it? Perez and Rivers. Par.
I think the person who's going to win the exchange is whoever is less high.
Pretty sure they're pretty evenly matched when it comes to that. Number 9 on the way. A lot of battles in the corner. Another debut. A student here at the Skid Row Wrestling Academy, Black Jade, cutting an intimidating swath through the field.
Black Jade means business. She looks mean, she looks nasty, and she just got the first elimination of the match.
One half of Par has been eliminated. And where one partner goes, the other's sure to follow. Big Sexy is eliminated.
Black doesn't care how big or sexy you are, you're gone.
And now Jade looking to take out Tim Dynamite. That would be such a huge moment.
Slam!
Black Jade is a monster in the making. 2 eliminations so far out of a field of 27. Who comes out at number 10? A fan favorite and someone who would have to be considered a favorite to win this Rumble if they hadn't gone through Darien Hardway earlier tonight to get there. And now hostilities renewed. Old enemies Tim Dynamite and Rullo throwing hands on sight.
So what I love about Rullo is that they are not afraid to be aggressive. And I keep saying that because it's very important to stay on your opponent.
Rullo now, low bridge.
Oh, Black Jade! Wow!
And after eliminating 2 men, Black Jade is out, and Rullo, despite having gone through a grueling match earlier tonight, scores an elimination. What momentum is that?
You got to keep it going, though. You know, 1 elimination leads to 2 eliminations, leads to 3 eliminations.
Rullo is trying to get the eagle eye out of the ring. And whether he likes it or not, this bodes well for Rullo because his erstwhile tag team partner and bestie, Jules Z, the Denim Dolphin, has arrived, and it's a sticker book for everyone.
Yeah, I'm not going to lie, Jason. I'm going to be completely biased. I love Jules Z. I think Jules Z is awesome. And I'm just going to say right now, this is my pick to win the whole thing.
Holy Lord! The Lisa Frank splash right to Marvelous. And now residual hate for Rullo being applied to Jules Z by Tim Dynamite. If there are 2 men with more different life philosophies than these 2, I don't know.
What's in that afro?
That seems like a loaded skull. And Jules Z and Rullo have the opportunity to rule the roost if they can work together as Julo. We are awaiting the arrival of number 12. If we thought Hector El Toro was a big man, we ain't seen nothing yet. Brax is here.
Clothesline after clothesline.
The entire field's got to get it together and team up because this 1-by-1 is not working against Brax.
Now, what I love about Brax is that he is simple but effective.
And he just tossed the bull. The size differential is quite clear, but there is a lot of bravery in the heart of Marvelous.
You're going to have to hit a little bit harder than that if you're trying to take Brax off his feet.
Middleweight versus heavyweight, strike right to the head of Brax. And unfortunately, that did not work out well for Marvelous, who is struggling for dear life on the outside. And Marvelous has been eliminated.
If I'm the next person coming in, I'm staying very far away from Brax because he's on a roll right now.
Brax right now tied. Oh, hey! One of my broadcast partners earlier this evening, the cerebral, the crafty and cunning Brian Morris.
And Brian seems to be taking his time here, which is fair because Brax is standing right in the middle of the ring, which is exactly where I would not want to be.
As long as Brian enters the match, it doesn't matter when he does so, so why not wait? Why not pick your spot? This is what makes Brian such a wise competitor. You know, Brian Morris recently fell short to Samael Fawzi in a SUPERKRAZEE Pro Wrestling title match. So this is the path to get back to the title contention as quick as possible.
Yeah, it's okay to take your time, but eventually you gotta get in the ring. You can't win the match if you've never been.
Well, maybe wait until someone else has targeted Brax. Brax is in a laser-like focus on Brian Morris until this moment, and now Brian saved by the attack from behind.
There he is going in on Brax. Him and Tiger trying their best, and this is the first time we've seen Brax down on one knee.
Very wisely realizing there is strength in numbers against someone with the strength of Brax, as Tiger and Brian, not usual allies, but working well together.
That's one thing I love about Rumble. You see people work together that you normally wouldn't see.
We are effectively at the halfway point right now. Wrestling's greatest blessing, Daniel Asensio. He's come up short in a couple matches lately for the United States Championship, but can he become #1 contender for the top title in this company?
Sounds like a fan favorite. This is my first time seeing him, but he's putting the boots to Julesy, choking him out in the corner. You got to toss him over the top rope.
Asensio, another homegrown talent, a product of the Skid Row Pro Wrestling Academy. One of his trainers, Adrian Soriano, in the ring. Soriano and Tim Dynamite still in this match. They've been in here since numbers 1 and 2.
That just shows you how crafty. That shows you they're students of the game. They know what it takes to win this match, and they're doing so.
This is a dangerous place for Julesy to be on the top rope using his long legs. But now Soriano tried to eliminate Julesy. It's interesting to see who's on their feet right now as we enter the back half of the Outlast Rumble. We're halfway through, Eli. Who's your favorite?
Julesy. Julesy's my favorite. That's my pick. That's who I'm sticking with. Coming out here.
So far, no one is entering the match. We're still waiting to find out who.
You know what they say? Make them wait. Oh, hold on. Wait a minute. The referee?
Referee Sarge has officially entered the match. I guess if no one else was going to come out.
How did he get put in the pool of competitors that would be?
Well, we've seen referees become wrestlers here before. Patrick Raven used to be our head official.
Oh, brother, you done messed up.
And now Sarge
there you go.
taking himself out.
You know what? Probably a really good idea by Sarge, because Brax looked like he was about to eat him up.
Do you give Brax credit for that elimination?
Yeah, I would say so, yes.
Tiger Watson now holding on for dear life as Soriano looks to eliminate another. Well, if we're going to give Brax credit, now Tiger's gone.
Back of the neck.
Right now, Brax leads in eliminations then, 3.
Not really surprising. I mean, Brax has been just absolutely dominant.
If the field is smart, they're going to realize that, and they got to team up against Brax before they get whittled down. The man of mystery, Hennessy Holmes himself, Malt Licord, has arrived with a bottle of Old English in his bag and a song in his heart. He's throwing harmonicas at everyone.
How many harmonicas does he have, and how deep are his pockets?
A mouth harp for every man, except for Patrick Raymond. Wait,
does he know how to play that?
This is a stick-up. This is a distraction. Malt Licord is one of a kind, Eli.
Yes, I would agree with that, and harmonicas are everywhere.
He's a pro wrestler. He's a musician. He sold his soul to a demon in order to get extra musical ability.
Wait,
legitimately, yeah. He sold his soul to the spirit of the hyena in order to become the greatest musician-wrestler hybrid. He also solves crimes on the side.
Hell yeah. 2 words, Jason. Hell yeah.
He's pretty incredible.
Yeah. I would say so. Very the most interesting man in the world.
Coming in at 17, we've got a debut here at Super Crazy Pro Wrestling. Was laid out with an injury for most of 2025, looking to make 2026 his year. Devlin Ridley is a man who's looking to make up for lost time and make his debut in Super Crazy Pro Wrestling.
Nice combination so far. He's coming out, his big debut, and he's making the most out of it.
Representing Lineage Pro Wrestling, Devlin Ridley was a longtime commentary partner of mine while he was on the shelf, but he is now back to his true love, being in the ring.
Oh my goodness.
Asensio may be a fallen angel at this point instead of wrestling biggest blessing. Ridley's got the height. Ridley's got the energy. Can he turn that into a victory here? Almost elimination over there by Patrick Raymond, who's holding on. As Malt LaCourte is also in danger, both men on the outside.
Looks like everyone's teaming up on Brax over here.
It's about time. And unfortunately, the Crime Stopper is out. Malt LaCourte is gone. And we are now waiting for number 18.
Oh, wait a minute. Hey, what was that?
Malt LaCourte pulled Raymond down from the outside. Those two are brawling seemingly to the back. But Big Rock, the mentor, the big brother figure of Daniel Asensio, is in the ring and maybe the only one who can match the size.
Ooh, big old spear by Big Rock.
And the power of Brax. And then we got 2 tag teams in this match. Big Rock and Asensio, as well as Julo and Devlin Ridley, you're gone.
When you're this deep into a Rumble. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, I spoke too soon.
And Big Rock turned on Asensio, but Asensio stayed, and we've seen a lot of...
What the hell are you doing? What do you mean,
I mean, it is every man for himself, but still...
Oh, Big Rock, no! I was about to say before he cut me off that this deep in the match, partnerships are vital, but Big Rock just doesn't even care about that.
And now the other half of the team is gone, too. Brian Morris taking advantage.
Not the best strategy by Big Rock.
The youngest member of the match so far, the King Piece Cameron Pierce. An incredibly fast competitor. Cameron Pierce, a prodigy, not even yet 18 years of age.
Wow. I hope his parents signed a release for him.
They did, 100%. They have been incredibly supportive. They are so proud at how impressive their son is in professional wrestling, as we are about to see here. And so will all of Super Crazy Pro Wrestling.
Yeah, they absolutely should be proud. It doesn't matter how young you are, it matters how good you are. And from what I'm seeing, this young man is very good.
Well, also, the earlier you get started, the earlier you can get great. We saw Devious Cass wrestle earlier. He's only 18. He's 6 years in, started at 12. Look at him. He is tearing apart the national scene.
Experience is key. If you have experience, you can do whatever you want in this business.
Jewel Z, the King Piece, looking to take out Brian Morris. And Morris fighting for his life. You talked about alliances.
Oh, atomic drops.
1/3 of Primal Fear joining Adrian Soriano. It is the Hellraiser, Gabe Hodder, And now Primal Fear, well, and Hodder choosing not to attack his partner, taking the Eli Isom school of strategy. Maybe don't lay out your allies this early in the match.
Not that early. When it comes time, you got to do what you got to do, but if you have the opportunity to work together with somebody, you have to take it.
There's every possibility that this match could come down to a battle of Primal Fear, and that would be an incredible thing to see. These men who were undefeated in trios action in 2025 have to fight each other first thing in 2026.
It's a hard pill to swallow. It's bittersweet, but like I said before, only one person can win this rumble.
The King Piece trying to hold on. We're up to number 21 here. Wait a second, we already heard this music before. There's gotta be a mistake. Tim Dynamite's already in the ring. Holy Lord! And the personal assailant is now professional wrestler. This is the in-ring debut of Storm Seraphicy, and things just took a really good turn for Tim Dynamite because he's got backup.
We got assailants in this match. We got referees in this match. This Rumble has it all, and Storm... Oh, wait a minute. I thought he was about to turn on Tim.
No, he's on the payroll.
Oh, I was about to say it there.
And Storm Seraphicy immediately paying dividends. The King Piece is gone, and now both number 1 and 2, Dynamite and Soriano, have backup.
Yeah, this is vital for Tim Dynamite. And now that he has somebody that he can trust, somebody that can watch his back, he might be the new favorite in this match.
And Jullo was working together. It feels like Rullo's finally realizing, hey, don't look a friend like a gift horse in the mouth. Honestly, of everyone standing alone, it's Brian Morris.
Right. Oh, baby.
Iron sharpens iron, and this is Iron Matt Omen, and officially, if they want to, Primal Fear now outnumber everyone in the ring.
Yeah, if I'm Primal Fear, I am doing everything I can to team up the three of you and take out anybody you can in this Rumble.
The tag team champions, Primal Fear taking out Seraphicy and Tim Dynamite, the best the Royersford, Pennsylvania has to offer.
Oh, Brack said no catchphrases today.
We are 30 minutes into this match. Dynamite and Soriano have been in it from the very beginning.
Brax with a double goozle, oh, and a super kick. Another thrice.
And
don't tell me Big Brax is gone. See what I said? That's why you have to work together. They just got rid of the biggest man in the match.
One of my commentary partners from earlier tonight, and also Matthew Omen has been eliminated. We're down to 2 members of Primal Fear. What? So is Gabriel Hodder.
It looks like Gabe is also.
We're down to Adrian Soriano, but Mike Z and Brian Morris have had an alliance in the past. So is this backup for Morris, or are their egos going to implode? Okay, it's not it's when and how long until then.
Well, when it comes to these two and their egos, it probably would be sooner rather than later. But if I'm Adrian right now, that is absolutely heartbreaking to lose both of your partners basically back-to-back like that after you're the number 1 entrant. It's not a good look.
Adrian and Dynamite right now looking to go bell to bell. Numbers 1 and 2 still in this. Well, I don't know who this is, but it's the best entrance music of the night.
Yeah, it's got me bopping my head over here. He's back!
The original MF has returned, by far the youngest competitor in this match with the biggest mouth. And I can't believe I'm saying this about a member of Gen Z, but maybe the best taste in music.
Yeah, possibly. I'm still trying to wrap my head around this name. He's the youngest man in this match, yet he's the original MF.
He is the original MF. There has never been an MF before.
I absolutely love that. I absolutely love that.
Seraphacy and Dynamite making quick work of the
original MF.
And now he is going back to where he originally was, which is backstage.
They literally tossed him all the way
RULLO!
to the back, and RULLO in danger. Oh no, Julesy!
No, Julesy! Watch out, Julesy! No! That was my pick, Jason! That was my pick!
The Dolphin Funeral, unfortunately, has been eliminated, and now these two get in each other's faces.
It's a misunderstanding, boys. It sucks, but you gotta get to the bag.
Blessed with a later number, but Cass still had such a battle earlier tonight against Fancy Ryan Clancy. Is he warmed up, or is he taken out?
He looks pretty warmed up to me.
Double stunner for the Mean Boys from Royersford, Pennsylvania. And now the Indie Killer looking to strike hard and fast, and Soriano still in this, Eli.
Yes, he is, as well as Tim Dynamite. They're showing that their strategy is paying dividends right now.
Soriano's got to go it alone. Tim Dynamite has had backup ever since the match began. Brian Morris holding on.
Holding on for dear life.
Cass is looking to try and eliminate. Looks like Storm Seraphacy on the other side. We're almost at the end. There's only two left here, Eli. The penultimate entrant coming out now.
The next participant,
And our final debut of the night, Big Flex, Jay Haru.
Yeah, I'm very familiar with Jay Haru. This is a WrestlePro staple. He's a former Golden Garden State champion, and all I have to say is, aha. That's what he says. And he goes, aha.
Great leg extension here by Jay Haru. Imagine walking in your first night in the company at number 26 out of 27 and being able to become the #1 contender for the heavyweight title.
Yeah, he's got a golden opportunity right here, but in my opinion...
It goes with his parents.
Yes, that's exactly right.
It's a man who likes bling.
In my opinion, when you're coming out later, it's a lot of pressure. You know, everybody expects you to win because you're fresh, you haven't taken any damage, but it's a lot of pressure. Let's see if you can live up to it.
No choking Brian Morris, there's no disqualifications, but just because it's legal doesn't mean it's ethical. And we got our last entrant coming up, Eli. Who's it gonna be? Who drew lucky number 27?
The luckiest number of all numbers.
Historically known to be the luckiest number, not the worst.
Homeless Vaughn, baby!
And introducing the final participant in the Outlast Rumble.
Well, it is good to know that life has blessed Homeless Vaughn tonight because it's given him a lot of hardships in the past. What is Vaughn holding? He's got a bottle of water, and I'm very nervous about what's in the other cup.
I believe it's a change jar of some kind. Maybe you place your quarters in there. Maybe there's some loose change.
I'm concerned, man. I'm very concerned. Okay, it's
Oh, that's just rude. That was just unnecessary.
Everyone is beating on Vaughn.
Why? Well, he's homeless. Come on, give him a break.
I understand this from most everyone, but it is surprising to see Soriano join in a group beatdown on Homeless Vaughn.
I was not under the impression that Homeless Vaughn was the most hated man here at Super Crazy Pro Wrestling.
Especially in a match that includes Mike Z Tim Dynamite and Brian Morris.
Jay Haru's looking to eliminate Vaughn, but Vaughn turns it around and eliminates Jay Haru.
Mike Z up and over, and he's gone too.
The guarantee, the Mike Z guarantee is that he's been eliminated.
Homeless Vaughn has come in and completely changed. Even from here, it does not smell good.
It's not the best smell, but
It's ripe, and Brian Morris is gone.
woo, Vaughn's on a roll.
I think Homeless Vaughn is tied with Brax for most eliminations.
Yeah. Holmes 0, eliminations 3.
If only that was legal tender. And now
His handstand.
Holy Lord! What? This is incredible!
He's homeless. You can only learn these skills on the streets, and he's still in. Eat your heart out, Kofi Kingston.
That was the most incredible thing I've ever seen. Homeless Vaughn has got to win this match now.
Trying to bring Devious Cass out on the apron. He's successful.
Soriano's still in this thing. He's number one. I think Dynamite's still in as well. And now Seraphacy. Will the prophecy be denied?
A lot of men on the apron. Dangerous place to be.
Pretty much everyone for a moment there except for Tim Dynamite. He almost had a clear field.
Vaughn putting them nasty toes all over Devious Cass, trying to get an elimination. But
I think
you don't like toes, Jay?
I don't like toe fungus.
Yeah, well, that's fair.
Cass and Vaughn have a lot of history. In fact, everyone left in this match is a product or a trainer of the Skid Row Pro Wrestling Academy, just going to show the home field advantage here. And Seraphacy!
There goes back up!
Seraphacy has been eliminated.
The personal assailant is now eliminated, and Tim Dynamite, number 1 and 2, are on the ring apron. I'm pretty sure we're down to our final 4, Eli, and it's Homeless Vaughn, number 27, Devious Cass, number 25, and numbers 1 and 2, Soriano and Dynamite, who have both been wrestling at this point for 38 minutes.
You can feel it in the air. You can feel the crowd's anticipation. They don't know what's going to happen. I don't know what's going to happen, but whatever is going to happen is going to be pretty special.
Not even sure Vaughn knows where he is.
He's not used to being indoors. If you didn't know, he's homeless.
I'm going to make a donation later. Unlikely alliances instead just turn into old enemies. It is back to Dynamite against Soriano, and now Cass and Homeless Vaughn reigniting old hostilities as well.
Vaughn throwing bombs.
One of these men are going to become the number 1 contender, and one of them are going to face Brian Johnson, the Mecca.
Any of these men would be worthy number 1 contenders for the heavyweight championship. I just don't know who's going to win. I mean,
the entire field, the entire face of this company is changing tonight. Samael Fawzi no longer champion. We're going to have a new number 1 contender.
Big DDT by Tim Dynamite. And he's looking to get rid of Vaughn right here, right now.
Homeless Vaughn is gone!
There goes Vaughn.
Much like Vaughn, we're not allowed to have nice things.
I would say to Vaughn, you know, you don't have to go home, but you can't stay here. But
he's got no home to go.
He's got no home to go to. He just gotta go.
Maybe he will stay here. Let's leave the door unlocked. Tim Dynamite, a man alone now, but Storm Seraphacy may have done enough.
Woo! Big super kick by Soriano.
All fight, no flight on display.
What's Devious Cass got in mind here? Double springboard cutter!
That's a man that doesn't have a problem flying.
Tim Dynamite! We'll see you later.
The last 2 remaining. The man who started it all, Adrian Soriano. And Devious Cass, the indie killer who had to wrestle a grueling match against fancy Ryan Clancy to get here. In a lot of ways, this is pretty even given the circumstances.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, on one hand, Cass, he had to wrestle a whole entire match, but on the other hand, Soriano's been in here for over 40 minutes.
Two fan favorites dueling it out. One of these two men will become #1 contender. The other one will leave with nothing but heartache and regrets.
Championship gold is at their grasp. Who's going to take it?
The indie killer versus his trainer. Devious Cass has the opportunity to upend his trainer, and I know you know how sweet that is.
Yeah, whenever you get a chance to go in there with your trainer, the man who's trained you, brung you up from nothing, it feels good, but it's also a little bittersweet. Spin and tombstone pile driver.
Rest in peace, Adrian Soriano. If anyone deserves a big sleep right now, it is Soriano.
That might be all she wrote for Soriano. That was a nasty tombstone pile driver. But Cass has to take advantage of this. I know he's tired, I know he's hurt, but he has to get Soriano over the top rope.
And if Soriano's dead weight, that is not a good place to be. This is perfect if you were going to pin the man, but to try and throw him over the top rope, maybe not beneficial.
Oh, he's going for more.
Maybe looking to powerbomb Soriano.
Tombstone wasn't enough.
But Soriano using leverage!
Crafty veteran move right there by Soriano.
Both these guys got to try and skin the cat, and they got to try and do it quick. Both feet have to hit the floor. Both feet have to hit the floor. Both men are on the outside, Eli.
On the apron. Soriano with a big right hand to Cass. Reeling off the apron, but he comes back.
This is sudden death for both men. Both went out over the top rope. Either of them slip, they could cost themselves this Rumble.
It comes down to, this is the part where it comes down to how bad do you want it. Strategies go out the window. It doesn't matter if you're tired or you're hurt. You have to dig deep down and you have to say, how bad do I want this?
Soriano on shaky legs after taking that hit.
Super kick caught.
Soriano very lucky. One leg fell inside the ring. It's really keeping.
What does Cass have in mind here?
Cass got launched inside the ring.
Which is good. I mean, that's a good place to be.
Took the impact, but also got put into the safe zone. Soriano in a lot of danger. He has almost outlasted 26 other men.
Woo, right to the face.
No! Coast to coast, bell to bell, from one to winner, Adrian Soriano. After a year of trios competition has shown there's no such thing as rust when it comes to being a solo competitor when you are super fresh professionally.
We have the official numbers, over 44 minutes. Adrian Soriano went to win this Outcast Royal Rumble, and now he is the #1 contender. Brian Johnson, right on cue.
We know exactly what the future holds. Brian Johnson did not spend a year clawing his way to the top.
I don't know if you're aware of this, but you're standing in my goddamn house right now. And you weren't hiding behind your boards. You're coming in here and kick your ass right now. like all these jackasses are inside. You got less than 30 days, pal, for the biggest match of your life. Because let's face it, if this is really anybody's house, it's yours. You built this place. Everybody knows Super Crazy runs on primal fear. This place is built on your back. There's no lie there. It's built on his back. It's built on his. You're totally right. Well, in a month's time, I'm breaking your goddamn bitch back in half and keeping this to
The statement has been made. The match is signed. 1 month away from Brian Johnson versus Adrian Soriano.
He talks all that mess and runs away, huh? Listen, words don't mean nothing at Super Crazy Pro Wrestling if you can't back them up. So let's see him back up. Just make sure that his words come next month. Friendly charge February 6th? 13th. Yeah, we'll see if I can go all the way February with that championship. Because if not, boys, then we gotta go to the collection. And let's celebrate, ladies and gentlemen! Outlast Rumble! Thank you so much, everyone, for coming out. Very much shout out over here. We started it off hot, baby. It's gonna get even hotter.
What a night!
On that note, boys, let's play the music.
All killer, no filler here at the Outlast Rumble.
And thank you everyone for coming out tonight. We love you all. Gloucester City, you are the best.
An incredible evening of action, and we now know where we are heading